Alright folks, coming back at you here again for Ozark Mountain Outdoor Adventures. We got another in the field bag review for you today. Super excited, so let's get right on into it. Alright folks, so here we go. Here we are, we're out in the deer woods doing a little bit of scouting. And I am putting this Condor ambidextrous sling pack to the test. And I will say this is definitely a love-hate relationship that I have with the Condor ambidextrous sling pack. And I know that we got, the sun has got, looks like a shadow across my face, and this is a black bag. So hopefully it stands out well enough, but I think I can talk through it good enough that you'll kind of see what I do like and what I don't like about this pack. Alright, well like I said, there is quite a few things that I like about this pack. If you watched that video of the Battle of the Bags, the Condor did very well. It was the largest out of the three. It was up against the Maxpedition Grid Flux and also the 511 Rush Tactical Moab 10. So it did well as far as the size. It was the biggest out of the three. And you know, to be quite honest with you, there is a lot of really good organization within this pack. So you have plenty of room, plenty of organization. We're going to kind of go over the outside of the pack here and get on into the interior. Hopefully I can show you without missing some, because there is a lot of zipper mesh storage compartments. There's different tier levels within this pack, so there's a lot of different options on how you can customize this particular sling pack to meet your needs. So let's get right on into it. Alright, well before we jump off into the pack, I do want to give you a little bit of a philosophy of use of why I ended up going with this sling pack. So as I said, it was the largest on the Battle of the Bags test that we did. And so I was just looking for a little bit larger of a sling pack than the Moab 10, and something I could just, you know, really throw anything that I want in to, can kind of a do-it-all type of sling pack with just a little bit more size. And definitely the Condor ambidextrous sling pack fit the bill. So that's really kind of what I was thinking, just a larger do-it-all type of sling pack. Alright, so let's get right on into the construction. And so I think this was one that I couldn't find what they quoted the thickness of material is. I believe it's going to be a 600. I don't know if it's all the way up to a 900, but typically speaking, Condor really has really good material. I have their Condor 3-day assault pack, whatever they call it. I think it's assault pack, but it's a 72-hour bag, and I love it. And I believe it was 600, and actually now that I'm feeling of it, this seems to be a little bit larger. But I searched on a few different websites. I could not find the thickness of the material. But anyway, so let's kind of get right on into it. Definitely you got molly webbing on the front of the pack and on the sides as well. You see here I have this Moab attachment strap. That's one good thing about that 511 tier system. If you can get a hold of some of these straps, you can really attach some different things to the outside of the bag. Right now I did have the tripod that this camera's filming this video on attached to the outside of the pack. So what I did want to point out to you here is on the outside of the pack you have this molly webbing. You do have a compression strap, but you can see here how low that compression strap is on the pack, okay? But that's fine because it correlates to the first row of the molly system on the front of the pack. However, if you do attach anything longer at this point here, it's going to hang down below the pack quite a bit. So that is why I attached this one up higher and at an angle still. Higher and at an angle to help secure that tripod down. So that was one thing that I noticed when I was putting my tripod on here, is this compression strap. Although it does a great job on the pack, generally speaking, most times when you do connect your compression straps, it inhibits you to get into the main compartment of the bag, and this one does as well. But like I said, there's different levels and tiers into this pack, and so you still have two pockets readily available that you do not have to release a compression strap to get into the pack. Alright, so on top of the pack you do have another compression strap and a smaller pull handle here. I think there might have been, I don't know if I have this set up properly. I think I broke it. I can't remember how it originally was set up. But it does have a third compression strap here on the top. So, got your hook and loop morale patch section. It's about 3 or 4 inches or so. Great zippers. They're really easy to get into. They're big. I don't know if they're YKK. It did not read YKK on the Battle of the Bags. It was not YKK zippers that I could find. So let's go ahead and get right on into the admin pouch. So let's get into the admin pouch right here. I really like the admin pouch. It's tall, it's deep, so you have a deep dump pouch back here that goes all the way down. You have a fairly decent pouch here. I don't know, I didn't try that with a magazine, an AR mag in there. I did not try it. Wish I would have at this point. But you have another one here, and then a zipper pocket here. Sorry. And then another mesh zipper pocket on the lid of the compartment. So overall, I really think this is a great admin pouch. It yields a lot of organization. Also, it's pretty good size, so you can put a lot of various items to fit whatever need that you have going on at the time. And again, that's why I was kind of looking at something that would just do it all, and this admin pouch definitely is a great admin pouch. Let's go ahead and get into the second pocket of the bag. Now, when I was doing research on if I wanted this pack or not, I guess I was seeing the admin pouch, and then I was seeing the main compartment. I guess I had skipped over it, and then once I did see this center and realized there was 3 tiers of compartments versus just a admin and then a main compartment, is what sold me on the bag. So this is the pocket here that really sealed the deal for the Condor ambidextrous sling pack. So these zippers go all the way down. I think I got a few little things in here. So on that Battle of the Sling bags, water and bug spray, I was able to use them today. So you have a large zipper pocket here with a zipper in the middle that you can put on either side, but it is this size of a pocket here. 2 fairly decent zipper pockets here, as you can see. I'm using them as a water bottle, and then another large zipper pocket covered the entirety of the lid all the way up and all the way down. Huge storage capabilities so far within the Condor ambidextrous sling pack. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get into the main compartment of the bag here. Again, you're going to have to open up your compression straps. And this clamshell's all the way open. Okay? It's a great main compartment of a sling pack. I don't know if I've ever seen a sling pack laid out quite the same as this bag. It has a lot going for it. It is, you see how back here you got a MOLLE panel, so you're able to, you know, there's only 2 sections here. You got this MOLLE panel, you have this back section for your water bladders, and then you have another large pouch, mesh pouch on the entire lid. So that's kind of the going theme here, is these mesh pouches on the lid. But you have this MOLLE panel on the back wall of the main compartment of the bag, meaning that you can organize this any way that you'd like with the different MOLLE pouches, and there's a ton of them on the market. Endless possibilities in this main compartment. You can do it all with this pack, no problem whatsoever. Alright, so I really do like this pack. Let's go ahead and turn it around and check it out. Alright, so let's look at the back panel here. Very comfortable. I mean, you got a lot of padding, you got a lot of ventilation. There's no real high and lower sections, but this is very, very comfortable mesh backing. You do have a little bit of airflow. I did want to point out that this is CCW compatible. So you have, being ambidextrous, these are accessible on both sides, and they do not, it is not one big piece, so they are two individual compartments. Two individual compartments with a hook and loop panel for a Velcro holster in there. So there's two more pockets on this bag. But I do have some issues. Sorry, I'm right in the shadow. I do have some issues with this bag, and I'm going to kind of get into those right now. They're big issues. So, like I said, this is a love-hate relationship with this bag. So let's check it out. Here's my main problem. Go ahead and put this on. So it does have a stabilization strap on here to kind of help alleviate and alleviate the weight, help the load a little bit. I'll get you some close-ups, and I'll also throw in some other footage that I have of this on my back. But so I've taken quite a bit out of the pack. I got some camera gear. My hoodie came off. A tripod. I'm running a couple GoPros at the moment, or today. Anyway, this is pretty heavy, and so it's a big pack, so I loaded it down to give it a good test run today, and it's a heavy pack, and it's pretty uncomfortable. So that is a big problem. This load on this strap here, it really weighs on your shoulder. I found myself picking it up a couple times and giving my shoulder a break. And it's not only just the weight. I wish they would have continued the strap further versus having a tiny strap here, and that might have helped a little bit. It is ambidextrous, so if you feel like this shoulder needs a rest, you can stop what you're doing and switch it over to the other side, which is great that you're able to do that. But it's pretty uncomfortable, and that's my biggest hang up with this pack. To be real honest with you, I'd love to have seen this. I'd love to have this same layout in a backpack with two straps, to be real honest with you. I think it would make a much better backpack than a sling pack. But here we are. I purchased it. Would I recommend it? Probably not. I would say that there's sling packs out there that would fit the bill of a do-it-all, and there's also I've got a ton of backpacks as well, so I was kind of looking for a bigger sling pack, but sling packs are supposed to be comfortable. Maybe I have it too overloaded. I did take it out on a photography adventure as well, and it wasn't as heavy as it is today. But I did find myself struggling with it as far as just trying to get it to fit on my body, and I just, maybe a little bit more time I'll come to like it a little bit better. But these, I would rather have a larger strap. So anyway, overall, I think it's a great sling pack. Again, I think it has a lot of things going for it as far as the size and layout, the price point, the construction's great, the organization's great. Again, I made the purchase. I knew this before I made the purchase. I thought it was going to be a little bit different. Once you get on that, once it gets on your shoulder, it's like, it's all right here. The weight is just all in one location. And I didn't bring that much stuff. I mean, I'm a gear junkie, and I overpack, and that's one of the things why maybe a smaller pack that limits your overall capacity of what you can carry will help put a cap on there. This, I believe, was, I'll put it up on the screen, but I think it was 25 liters or more. It was up there. It was getting close to 30, but I'll put it up on the screen because I'm not 100% sure at the moment. But you know, that being said, just because you have the room doesn't mean you necessarily need to put anything in it, everything in it. I was wanting to give this just a go for all kind of deal today. I got quite a bit of things going on. I've got you know, so what I was wanting to do a few different things, so I brought all the gear that I needed. You know, I could have brought my backpack. I could have brought my LA Police Gear 24-hour pack, and I wouldn't have had to worry about it at all. But this is going to be a great fishing sling, I think. You've seen the Battle of the Bags. I had those tackle boxes in there. This will get used, so I'm not worried about it. But it probably won't be on the kind of hike that I'm on today, and I'm not going very far. So anyway, that's kind of, I just wanted you to see what it looked like on my back. And but overall, if you are looking for a sling pack that will do it all, this will do it all. But what I think it does not do well is carry a heavy load over long distance. So if you've got if you want to take it to the range and you got a lot of ammo, prepare your shoulder. All right, folks. Well, thanks again so much for tuning in today. I know I've kind of been doing a lot of backpacks and such here lately, and I'm kind of going to be getting into those EDC types of things, and I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm just getting a little bit older and a little bit more particular about what I like and what I will and won't carry. And also, a lot of these packs and such is, I've always been thinking about outdoors and filming in the outdoors. But I'm also wanting to do some photography in the community, at football games, and at my local church. So kind of have to think a little bit, broaden my horizons a little bit more than just filming in the woods and bow hunting. So anyway, thanks again so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button to the YouTube channel, and we'll see you next time.